Michael Turner strutted through the lobby of the downtown Chicago law firm as if he owned the entire building, because technically he did. At 38, he had built an empire from luxury properties, polished deals, and endless confidence. People moved aside for him, greeted him nervously, and kept their eyes down. That's how Michael liked it. That afternoon, he arrived carrying a thick white envelope, one stuffed with documents and a check he planned to use as leverage in a deal that would earn him millions. It was nothing to him, a single envelope worth more than some people's yearly salary. Outside the glass doors, standing alone in the cold wind, was a young woman he barely noticed at first. She wore a faded denim jacket over a simple dress, her hair in a low, messy bun. She held a tiny paper envelope in her hands, the cheap kind you buy in bulk. Her name was Elena Reyes, a 29-year-old single mother working 2 jobs while caring for her wheelchair-bound father. She had come here only for one reason: to return something that wasn't hers. When their paths crossed inside, she stepped toward him timidly. "Excuse me, sir, you dropped this," she said softly, lifting the small paper envelope. He raised a brow, amused. "I dropped that? I don't think so." "You did," she insisted. "I found it near the parking lot." He chuckled. "Trust me, sweetheart, if I dropped something, it wouldn't look like that." His voice carried arrogance wrapped in charm, the kind that made people feel stupid for even trying to speak to him. But Elena didn't back down. "It has an address written on it. I thought it might be important." He smirked, shaking his head. "Well, I can assure you it's not mine. I don't deal in tiny envelopes." A few people nearby laughed quietly, taking his side, assuming the same thing Michael did, that someone dressed like her couldn't possibly be returning something that mattered. Elena's cheeks warmed with embarrassment, but she didn't leave. "I just wanted to make sure the owner got it." "Then drop it at the front desk," he said, already turning away. But at that moment, the receptionist hurried toward them. "Mr. Turner, the elderly gentleman you helped last week, he called. He said he's sending someone today to return the envelope you loaned him." He blinked. "Loaned him? The cheap envelope?" He snatched it from Elena's hand and ripped it open. His jaw tightened. Inside were handwritten notes and the old man's original documents, proof that the man did own the small parcel of land Michael intended to buy, the same land Michael had planned to purchase for a fraction of its real value. The documents inside also proved something else. There was no legal loophole he could exploit. The land wasn't for sale. The deal was dead, and the woman he just laughed at had protected the very evidence that cost him millions. He swallowed hard, guilt rising like a knot in his throat. For the first time, he looked at her, really looked. Her tired eyes, the calluses on her hands, the way she held herself as if the whole world expected her to fold. "Where did you find it?" he asked quietly. "Near the sidewalk," she replied, small. "I didn't open it. I just knew it wasn't something to ignore." He stared at her, ashamed of how easily he had dismissed her, judged her, belittled her. Before he could speak again, the office doors opened and in rolled a man in a wheelchair pushed by a teenage boy. The elderly man looked up with kind eyes that shone with gratitude. "That's her," he said, pointing at Elena. "That's my daughter." His breath caught. Her daughter? Her father? The old man extended his hand toward Elena. "You brought it back. You did the right thing, mija." The receptionist jumped in. "Mr. Turner, this is Mr. Reyes, the owner of the land you were negotiating for." The old man nodded. "I was on my way to return the documents myself, but my daughter insisted on coming early because she said someone might need them urgently." Michael stood frozen. The woman he mocked had just saved her father from potential exploitation, his exploitation. Sensing the tension, Mr. Reyes smiled kindly. "I owe you thanks, son. You helped me last week when my wheelchair got stuck near the elevator. That envelope fell from my lap when you lifted me. I didn't realize I dropped it." Michael blinked. He had helped the man. It was one of the rare moments he acted without expecting anything in return. And now the universe had flipped the moment back at him. He cleared his throat. "Mr. Reyes, Elena, I owe you both an apology." The lobby fell silent. No one had ever heard Michael Turner apologize, ever. "I judged you without listening," he continued, speaking to Elena. "I'm sorry." Elena nodded gently. "It's okay. I'm used to it." Her words hit him harder than the lost millions. He wasn't proud of the man he had become. Taking a breath, he looked at Mr. Reyes. "Sir, about the land. It's yours. I won't pursue the deal any further." Mr. Reyes nodded, gratefully. But Michael wasn't done. "Elena," he said, turning to her, "do you have a job? Or are you looking for something better?" Her eyebrows rose. I clean houses and work nights at a diner." He took out his business card and handed it to her gently. No arrogance, no attitude. "I'd like to offer you a job at my company. A real job, with benefits and dignity. You've shown more honesty today than most people in this building." Elena stared at the card speechless, tears forming in her eyes. "Why?" she whispered. "Because you reminded me of something I've forgotten a long time ago. What it means to be a decent human being." For once, there was no laughter in the lobby. Only respect. Only truth. Only the quiet moment when a billionaire realized that the richest person in the room was the woman who handed back an envelope.